Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the movie Shazam! Fury of the Gods. This is a 2023 film from Warner Brothers slash DC Studios, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 10 minutes. As of recording of this video, the Rotten Tomato score sits at critics 53%, audience 87%. I'm sort of in the middle, leaning more towards the audience for sure. So Shazam! Fury of the Gods continues the story of teenage Billy Batson, who, upon reciting the magic word Shazam, is transformed into his adult superhero alter ego Shazam. Bestowed with the powers of the gods, Billy Batson and his fellow foster family are still learning how to juggle teenage life with their adult superhero alter egos. When a vengeful trio of ancient gods arrives on Earth in search of the magic stolen from them long ago, Shazam and his allies get thrust into battle for their superpowers, their lives, and the fate of the world. This movie is directed by David F. Sandberg, who directed the first film, written by Henry Gayden and Chris Morgan. Shazam was originally created by Bill Parker and C.C. Beck in the comics, Fawcett Comics, not really DC Comics. That was a later acquisition. There's a whole lot to talk about in that part of it. Let's go over the cast. This is a long list for the cast, so bear with me. But I think every one of these characters or every one of these um, actors really deserves to get a little bit of a shout out during the review, even if I don't go personally into everything. So we have Zachary Levi as Shazam, Asher Angel as Billy Batson, Jack Dylan Grace as Freddie Freeman, Adam Brody as the superhero Freddie, Grace Caroline Curry as Mary Brumfield, and also Mary Marvel, Ross Butler as superhero Eugene, and Ian Chen as Eugene Choi, DJ Catrona as the superhero counterpart for Pedro, and Javad Armand as Pedro Pena, Megan Good as superhero Darla, and Faith Herman as Darla Dudley. We also have Helen Mirren as Hespera, Lucy Liu as Calypso, and Rachel Ziegler as Anthea. Jalman Hanzu as the Wizard, and Marta Milans as Rosa Vasquez, and Cooper Andrews as Victor Vasquez. That is the whole Shazam family. That's pretty much everyone. Diedrich Vader is also in this film in a really interesting, like really funny role. And there's some stuff as well with surprises, but I won't go into any spoilers really in this review. And if I do, I'll give you plenty of warning. So, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a sequel to the 2019 film Shazam, and it brings back the delightful superhero family in a big way. The film benefits greatly from the addition of acting legends Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, who play the villainous daughters of Atlas. Both Mirren and Lucy Liu bring an imposing presence to the roles, and they're the perfect film fit for the film's over-the-top tone. They are. It is so much fun to see both of them act here as these villains, these gods that have been wronged and are coming back to take their powers back. You've seen some of the scenes in the trailer. I mean, Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu really can't do no wrong. We also have Rachel Ziegler as a newcomer to the film, also making a very strong impression as a member of the Shazam, like as a member of this now Shazam multiverse. She's very charming and she fits right into the universe. And her character really has a significant impact to the story. So, really interesting to see how they approach these characters. But at the core of the film, uh, it's the Shazam family, and the characters have their moment to shine. Each one of them a little bit. It's really fun to see both of them as the kids and their superhero counterpart and how they kind of showcase their powers. The film just takes a little bit of time to showcase each of the characters' unique personality and superpowers, both in their kids' personas and also when they have powers. This approach to the character allows for a well-rounded, more satisfying experience, really, in this movie. It does pad the runtime a little bit, and I'll talk about more. I'll talk about more about the length of the film in a bit. I think one of the film's biggest strengths is how it builds upon the emotional beats of the original film. The family dynamic, which has always been really the most important factor, I think, of this Shazam story, is well developed and it pays off in a very satisfying way, particularly towards the climax of the film. Also, I want to point out the opening sequence is very reminiscent of that horror-like boardroom scene, which really raises the stake at the beginning of the film. It was very surprising that we started there, but it was just such a great way to like immediately catch the audience's attention. And then we also have a lot of really cool action sequences. in Fury of the Gods. A lot of them are fun. We have some dragon-based mayhem. We have some Greek mythology creatures like Cyclops and hell unicorns and all this kind of stuff that we've seen in the trailers. The film is really overflowing with some of these mythical creatures and wisecracks, making for an exciting and entertaining viewing experience. Um, as I mentioned earlier, one of my issues with the film is that it does feel a bit long. I think, however, the pacing is generally good, but there are some times where I feel like some of the scenes are a little bit overextended because there's so much happening. There's so many people in the cast. Um, but overall, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's just there's a few places where I think a few cuts could have helped. Keep this movie under 2 hours. I think that would have been a really interesting. Like, just it would have improved my experience overall. Also, unfortunately, the last act of the film for me, there's a sequence where things get really dark and almost kind of difficult to see and enjoy. The film's tone becomes a lot more serious, which is interesting shift, but a little jarring from the rest of the movie. So it's a bit of a shame that although the conclusion is it's overall something that I really enjoyed, that part of the film was just kind of hard to get through. But it's relatively a minor issue in the grand scheme of the things. So yeah, overall, this is a big, really fun, bubbly adventure. I think fans of the original film will surely enjoy. The impressive cast and fun action sequences make it entertaining to watch, despite some of the flaws that I pointed out earlier. But like I said, the film's focus on the Shazam family and those emotional beats, they really help to ground the film and make it more than just a simple superhero romp. That's where it excels really at the heart, and those emotions that you have when with these themes of the found family, that Billy, and this is as much Billy's movie as it is Shazam's, which is really fun because both I think both parts of the character are really important to the story. Stay tuned. There are some fun end credit scenes and some really cool, interesting cameos from hinting at part of the larger DC universe. So we'll see how this goes moving forward. I would like to see another Shazam film. I think they've set up some really interesting stuff over the last two films. If you remember the original um, after credit sequence from the first film. So yeah, this is just really really cool. And I hope we see some of these characters again. I wouldn't even mind seeing some of the, like exploring more of the realm of the gods. Where we have these sisters come from. So I think that would be really interesting. But I don't know if it'll happen. We'll just have to wait and see to see what Warner Brothers and DC, James Gunn and Peter Safran, which Peter Safran produced this film. So I think that was already something that he was working on prior to. So I hope this means that he'll want to keep some of the Shazam stuff going forward. So overall, like I said, I'm closer, a lot closer to the audience. I think this is like high 70s, 80% for me on our Rotten Tomato like percentage. So check out my review on Letterboxd. I'll definitely link to all that stuff, which will be very similar to this, but it'll have the star rating. So let me know what you thought about this film down in the comments. We'll probably have a few follow videos just exploring some of the characters that we saw in the film and their counterparts in the comics. Maybe some refresher on the origins of Shazam. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see. Maybe some short videos and stuff like that. So, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps. Go check out our latest live where Josh and Clay just kind of speculated all about this Zack Snyder Dark Side announcement that we kind of know what it is now. I think it's the anniversary, so we're gonna just. I think Zach is just gonna explore and rewatch the films with director commentary, which was a lot of fun last time he did that for Men of Steel. So yeah, let us know what else you want to see in the channel. We have some really cool reviews. We finally put out a review for The Last of Us finale. We also have one for Lucky Hank, a new show on AMC, and of course, comic reviews for the week. So check out all that stuff on the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned. We'll be covering a lot more of these upcoming movies for the summer. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.